This is Bellum Sacrum, a small box two-player game designed by Anthony Gibbons with art by Laura Jenkinson Brown. In this game, you and your opponent take control of identical 42 card decks and use the cards' powers and offensive and defensive stats to take each other down. You win by collecting 5 trophies, and you get a trophy by destroying the entire column of your enemy's warriors. Bellum Sacrum is set within the Roman pantheon of gods, with the subtext "fight like a god" being very apt. Each deck is split male and female, but for all intents and purposes the cards are exactly the same. In their corners you will find attack and defense stats. At the top of the card, the name of the god with their god type underneath. Right below that, stick figure art by Laura Jenkinson Brown, and at the very bottom, the card number and its invocation power. Once you've set up the game according to its handy quick start guide, which basically involves splitting the decks, giving them a quick shuffle, and then drawing 5 cards to start the game, the first player gets to take 3 actions on their first turn, and all subsequent turns everyone gets 4 actions. These 4 actions can be split between the 5 choices however you'd like, and these choices are draw, deploy, attack, strengthen, and invoke. As I said, you can split however you'd like. If you want to go full offensive, you can attack 3 times. If you need to shore up your defensive, strengthen 3 times. If you need cards, draw as many times as you need to. Drawing is easy. When you take the draw action, draw 3 cards from your deck, and if your deck ever runs out of cards, shuffle up your discard pile and keep drawing if you need to. Deploy is how you get warriors out to attack your opponent and defend yourself. And when you deploy, take a warrior from your hand, put it into your column. Your column has space for up to 3 warriors, remembering when all of your warriors are dead, your opponent gets to take a trophy. Now, a warrior isn't just one card. You can deploy matching sets of cards together to form one warrior, and their stats will join together. So a single Juno has 8 attack and 5 defense, while 2 Prosperinas together have 12 attack and 10 defense. Whenever you place any new warriors out, they go behind any others that you currently control, and whenever a warrior dies, all your other warriors move forward. Attacking can get a little bit complicated, but you'll get the hang of it easily enough. When you attack, you are always attacking the frontmost defender with your frontmost readied attacker. Now I say readied because once you've used someone to attack on your turn, they're tired, they're a warrior, they've spent all their energy, they get tapped out, physically tapped to the side, and now your next in line warrior would attack if you wanted to attack again. When you attack, you compare your total attack power with their total defense power. Your added up lightning numbers where their added up shield numbers. If your total power is more than their total defense power, their entire warrior, all 3 cards in this case, gets sent off to the Roman equivalent of the Shadow Realm, the discard pile. However, if your total attack power isn't more than their total defense power, you can still check to see if it's more than some of their defense power. In this case, 4 cards all added up to make 1 warrior with 16 defense power. That's more than my 12 attack power. However, my 12 attack power will destroy 12 of their defense power, in this case 3 of their cards. If any extra is there, say they've only got 10 defense power but you're doing 12, it's wasted. But you'll always manage to do some damage when you attack. You can also do a strengthened attack, which is where you attack with multiple cards at once. As I said, a little bit complicated, but all it means is you tap 2 or even 3. You always support from the next in line, but that really means that you can't support from the one at the back to the one in the front. You add up all the total attack power to any of their defense power. As I said, any extra is wasted. At the end of your turn, your cards get tapped back the right way, ready to defend for you. Strengthen is how you empower cards you've already got in play, because you can never have 2 warriors of the same name in different places in your column. I've already got a Virtus here, I can take these 2 from my hand, strengthen them onto her, just as the 1 action. You can strengthen as many cards as you want onto the 1 warrior. Now, instead of 5 attack and 4 defense, she is 15 attack and 12 defense. Invoke is the last action, and when you invoke, you are using the power printed at the bottom of the cards. You discard any number of matching cards to use their power, and this can range from drawing new extra cards to tapping opponents' warriors so they can't attack you next turn, and even destroying entire warriors. Each card has a different power that you're going to have to learn to overpower your opponent and win those 5 precious trophies. However, to help with this, there is a handy dandy reference card that lists every single power available to you. So that's basically it, right? You play out your cards at the right time to attack when you need to, defend when you need to, use the invocations as you see fit to get everything you need to win those trophies, get yourself the 5 and win the whole game. Not quite. You see, I crucially left out a mechanic of this game that really adds a deeper layer of strategy, and that's invocation blocking. You'll notice I said that you can play matching sets of cards, or any number matching cards to invoke. And the reason you want to do that is if you just play one card to invoke, all your opponent needs to do is play one card of the same type, and your invocation gets blocked. So if you play 2 cards, they also need to play 2 cards. And this block turns the whole game on its head. Instead of just raw power going at it, it becomes a game of cat and mouse, play and counterplay, invoke and counter-invoke as you need to outwit and outmaneuver your opponent. Fight like a god was never about raw strength. It was all about picking your moment, the politics of battle, supporting your warriors where you need to. So, do you use Bologna for a mix of attack and defense, or do you go full offensive using an invocation to combo with Juno's attack power to take out an entire column in one go? Is your opponent going to win a trophy next turn no matter what you do, so you keep a few good cards ready to go with that extra turn? Or are you worried they'll use Mercurius's power to make you discard down to 4 cards, and seeing as that's one of the few unblockable invocations, what cards might you need to save? The block seriously turns the game on its head by making you consider every single card that's in play, both in your hand, in the columns, and in their discard pile. So that then is Bellum Sacrum, a tight 30-minute 2-player play and counterplay combat game. It's a game that, for the reasons I love it and the reasons I'm recommending it, mean it's going to be great for some and a total miss for others, because this game takes time to learn and master, and the more you play it, the better you're going to get at it, which means you're going to want to play against people who are just as good as you. And seeing as it's a 2-player game, you're probably going to play it with like 1 or maybe 2 people more often than anyone else. And you want them to get as good as you to really get that deeper, more satisfying strategy out of it. And if you don't have a housemate or a family member or someone in your playgroup that's going to be that person, then this game might not be for you. It is a lot of fun. It will reward you for that deeper strategy and that deeper thinking, considering the cards in your hand when they come to you. Do you play Juno out early to get that attack, or do you keep her to combo with something bigger? It's a game that is a lot of fun to play at the end of the day, and that's what board games are all about. That's what we're all about here at Nerds of the West. I don't even know if I properly introduced myself at the start of this video, but I'm Tom. I'm from Nerds of the West. We make board game videos. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy this game, let us know down in the comments below. We're doing more of these kind of reviews, and we want to know if they're working for you. So please consider subscribing. It supports the channel, lets us know. We can see you subscribed because of this video. Lets us know that you enjoy this kind of stuff. Finally, have fun playing board games, and I'll catch you next time.